So welcome back to another video. Now today come out to do a bit more bassing. However, I didn't actually intend to fish today, although I've checked the tides, I've checked the weather, and things looked pretty favourable, so I've decided to come down to the mark I was at a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and try for a bass again. Now the conditions are pretty good. We've got big tides. It was low tide about 2 hours ago, so the tide's flooding in. I'm probably going to be here. The tide's going to come in really quickly. It's going to move at a serious pace today. So I'm probably going to be here for about an hour or so, maybe just over. We'll see how it goes. It's still pretty low at the moment, but that's absolutely fine by me. Give it 20 minutes and all of these stones here behind me, this is all going to be covered. So it should flood in pretty quickly. Big tides means a lot of tidal flow, a lot of current. There's a bit of swell today as well, so as that tide floods in a bit more, that swell will start to break on all these rocks, cause up a bit of a stir, oxygenated water. If there's any fish in here, they're going to be on the hunt. So aiming to find a bass today. Going to start with the top water lure because it's a bit shallow behind me, and then I might change over to a diver. Really depends if I start catching or not. We'll just see how it goes. So yeah, I'm probably going to have a few casts straight away. I'm not expecting much to happen until the tide starts flooding in a little bit more, but it's worth a try anyway. Hopefully we can locate some bass on this brief session. So yeah, wish me luck, and I'll put the camera on if I find any fish. So let's get in with the first cast. Now you can probably see water's a little murky. You can see the swell breaking in here. But let's hope we can find a fish. Get that lure right next to that bit of reef, hopefully out the way of these birds, and then we'll just start slowly working it. But there's actually fairly big waves coming in here already. I can just see that lure in the distance. Just working it, and then I like to give a pause every now and then. Hopefully we find some fish. That tide is absolutely racing in at scary speed. You would not want to get caught out. So the rock I'm stood on is currently flooding around me. I'm just going to have this cast and then move along. But if there are going to be any bass here, I expect it to be in the next sort of 20 minutes, half an hour maybe. Just when that tide floods in a bit more. Well, we have a visitor just out there at the end of my rod tip. Mr. Seal just showed up. Now I'm hoping he's going to bugger off and go that way. But we'll soon see. Well, it is rough as hell now. Some of these sets coming in are mental. Now I know on the west coast it's between 9 and 15 feet. I'm on the east coast here, so the swell's always smaller, but bloody hell, when you get the sets come in, it is rolling in heavy. Anyway, I'm going to put a diver on. I'm only going to give it a couple more casts. That seal is not budging. It keeps popping up right into this area, so could be a good sign of fish being about, but the seal keeps moving around, so the fish are going to be dodging it if they are in here. Onto a fish here on that diver. Only a small one, but I'll take that all day long. I knew there'd be some fish here. It's just fishing around that bloody seal. It's only a small bass. It's quite lightly hooked, I think. So just get him in that pool for a second. It's only a really tiny bass, but at least it's a fish, so I'll get him unhooked and get him back. There we go, he's off the hook, taking on the IMA Suzuki. It ain't gonna break any records, but a bass is a bass. Little bambino there. Let's get him back. Whoa. Okay mate, thanks very much. See you later. Right, I'm going to have a few casts and high up here because it is not safe down there anymore. This swell's getting crazy as that tide's flooding in. So I'm going to get cut off on these rocks in about 10 minutes. So I doubt I'll stay too long. I'll save the blank. See if we can find some more. Yeah, I'm in again. Tiny bass. Really tiny. There's a few small ones in it. Oh God, where's he gone? Oh, he's only just hooked this one. He's probably going to come off. Oh, there we go, we got him up. Tiny little one there. Now, I'm not going to mess about the other camera. It's getting a bit sketchy up here now. There we go. Barely a fish finger, that one. It's bloody mental. Now it just goes to show, on GoPro, this swell's going to look like nothing, but believe me, it is pumping. When the sets come in, you could easily get wiped off these rocks. If you're not paying attention, it could be really, really dangerous. Now, when the swell's this big, it's always surprising how little bass, you know, these are tiny bass, are still on the feed in such heavy swell. It goes to show even with just small fish, they've got the power to fight against the current and the crushing waves. I'm just sticking to the chest cam because it's too nuts to get the other one out. Plus I'm getting cut off, so I reckon I've got 10 minutes max on here. Here we go, here's a set coming in. Gonna get wet. That's 5 to 6 foot, easy. Now, time to move in a minute. Couple of small bass. Ain't worth dying for. Jesus Christ. I'll be the first to admit, This is stupid. Especially when you're getting cut off. And my bag is absolutely soaked. Right, there's one way to get the blood pumping and the heart racing. Jesus. Well, that seal's back. I hadn't seen him in ages, so God knows where it went to, but right back in the place where I saw it before. So I reckon it's found those little bass and it's on the feed. Now I've come to the shoreline. Those rocks are well and truly getting covered now and far too dangerous over there. But I'm going in a minute. Been here about an hour and 10 minutes, I think.